Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Libra, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can access my Buy Me a Coffee link, as well as my official Instagram and official TikTok in the description box in my About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Libra, I hope that you're doing well. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first one, the What We've Forgotten Oracle deck, and the second, the Tarot of the Abyss. Cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. What messages do you have for Libra? Angel Spirits, guides, what messages do you have for Libra? Thank you. Two cards came out. Ah, beautiful. Number 54 and number 45. What? That's a beautiful synchronicity. Both equaling a 9. The Hermit card, Major Arcana. Virgo energy. You could be dealing with Virgo or have very prominent Virgo placements in your chart. The first card that popped out, Open Doors. Well, isn't that just spectacular? I always like to see open doors. And then the Keys of Creation. I will tell you, the cards are very different from one another, and I'm loving this deck. I first saw it on San Tarot, who is one of my favorite tarot readers of all time, and she uses this deck, and so I'm still getting to know it, and the cards are so different from one another, but the fact that these two cards, as the Keys of Creation and the Open Door, they go so beautifully together. I find that they're married to one another energetically. The Open Doors obviously talks about portals opening, new opportunities. It feels like very earth energy from the onset, is what Spirit just said. You may think that, okay, you need doors to open in the material realm, right? Well, who doesn't want doors to open in the material realm? But Spirit's also drawing my attention to the fact that the majority of the background is sky, and that there's something also going on with the air elements, that there's something, it's like you're gonna have some kind of epiphany about something, like a creative, intellectual breakthrough, and it's going to kind of lead the way into a new phase of your life. I'm seeing the World card in my mind as well, the World card, number 21 of the Major Arcana. Obviously, it's not on the table yet, but it might be, but I see it in my mind as, you know, chapters closing and a new chapter opening. A new chapter opening, a new chapter beginning, but opening for you. And then with this Keys of Creation, I don't know the deities or gods, the Egyptian gods, like by heart in any way, but this reminds me, especially the top, kind of reminds me of, is it Anubis? What's the one that has the like crescent shape on the top? This crescent shape here? I don't know. You might want to look that up. But I want to say Anubis. I want to say Anubis. Even if now I'm going to say it, and so it may have some significance to you. That might be a god that you pray to, or something that you've seen recently, an image of it. Keys of Creation, keys to creativity, keys to conception. Everything feels, Spirit just sang that song, So Fresh and So Clean. So fresh and so clean. Even the color palette is very similar with these blue hues. Everything feels revitalized. It's like, you take a deep, deep breath. Now, Libra is one of the cardinal signs and is going to experience this kind of great, I don't know what they're calling it, but like Pluto is coming out of Capricorn for the first time in like 40 years. I don't know, something like that. And all the cardinal signs are kind of having this renewal and this cosmic rebirth or something. So I don't know. I'm a cardinal sign. I'm a Cancer. I'm looking forward to it. But that's what I feel for you here. It's just like, it's just like the doors open and it's just like, fresh air. I can really take it in. I can really embody that sense of optimism, renewal, freshness, gratitude. Spirit just said the gratefulness for my life, the gratefulness for my family, for my circumstances, the gratefulness for this epiphany. Right? Usually I attribute the epiphany energies to the Ace of Swords, which is your suit of air, but I'm really feeling it here. I'm really feeling like it's like you're one step away from the miracle. So I'm gonna get 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, future, and at the end will be advice from Spirit. We'll get to it. Jeez. Libra, you're keeping me on my toes. Well, look at that. Just want to point out the Ace of Swords did show up, but it showed up in the reverse. 1 extra card came out, and we're going to use that as the part of your overall energy. 6 of Swords in reverse. Lots of swords energy in your reading. 3 out of the 6 cards on the table are swords. And then this one as well. 6 of Swords typically talks about moving away from chaos and into calm, rising above the fray. That's how I like to refer to this card, rising above the fray. We can see here things are taking flight. And like now I see Indiana Jones, but not my favorite Indiana Jones, the other one where the rock is tumbling down the hill and he's like running in front of it and then sliding underneath a closing door and getting out in the nick of time. That's this energy in the upright. You have it in the reverse. It's kind of telling me that if you were trying to slide underneath the door, it was almost like it felt like somebody was holding on to you while you were doing it. Like there's like a Spirit just said drag coefficient. What? Drag coefficient, is that even a thing? Is that I think I'm watching too much Star Talk. I'm watching something with Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson, his podcast / YouTube channel. So I think I'm just absorbing a lot. But yeah, I don't think he said drag coefficient for anything. I don't even know if that's a real thing. I feel like it's real. But there's something that is like you're trying to get out and then somebody's like holding on to you. Now it's not to say that they're holding you back on purpose. Maybe it's that they want to come with you. And you feel like it's like, okay, if you want to come with me, but we got to go now. We gotta break free. Maybe this energy is coming in the nick of time, because you've been feeling like you've gotta have that new beginning, gotta break free. In the past energy, we're going to start with the past energy. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. 7 of Pentacles, all the Pentacles cards are earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This card talks about investing in something and trying to discern whether or not the effort was worth it. Was it worth it for me to proof the bread, wait overnight, punch it down, proof it again? Was it worth it? Testing now, you know, the crunchiness of the bread. I don't know, there's something about, maybe you're a baker, maybe you just bake some bread, I don't know, but like I can taste it, I can smell it, I can feel it, kind of. I have a friend who, a former coworker, a wonderful lady, she has a food blog, and it's called Le Chef's Wife, and she's always baking French bread, like all the time. Her husband is a French chef, and she herself is a chef, but like she's always squeezing on the freshly baked French bread, and it always, like, I feel like it's tactile for you. So whether or not it's bread or not bread doesn't matter, but something is tactile. It's something that this is something that you've invested in, that you can actually put your hands on. I don't feel like we're talking about investments in stocks and bonds and things that don't have like a physical component at the onset. It's like a project that you've been working on. Maybe you're fixing a car, maybe you're building a business, and your business has been running for a while. This is the energy of feeling as though you no longer want to invest in it. It's had its time. It's not to say it was a failure, but maybe it's just not the direction that you want to go in anymore. Maybe circumstances have changed. Your finances could have changed, your marital status. Maybe it's not that you're giving up on a dream. Maybe you're just evolving a dream to incorporate your partner. Who knows? I don't know. But it's clarified by the Fool. The tarot is all about the Fool's journey. Starts with number 0. And it ends with the World card that I was talking about in terms of the major arcana. So 78 cards in a typical deck. 0 to 21 is the major arcana, and then the rest of the cards are the minor arcana. Major arcana are the divinely guided energies, the archetypes of human experience that we go through in cycles. The minor arcana are all the little bits and bobs and details of everyday life that you and I can affect. So when we see the Fool card show up in a tarot reading, it absolutely shows me I'm looking at the great beyond, the new opportunity. I'm jumping in with both feet, because they're standing at the edge of a cliff here. It's a metaphor for taking a leap of faith. I'm so excited. I'm traveling light. The Fool is known to be traveling light. And what does that mean? It means that you're releasing burden. You're no longer carrying burden, or at least you're trying not to. We'll get to it. So the Fool energy is very exciting, because it shows that you also have a belief that you will succeed. You don't know all the details. You might not know how. You don't know where these distant lands will lead, but you know that you were given the key and you intend to use it. Let's get a clarifier for the Fool. 2 of Swords. Now, 2 of Swords is really interesting. It is your energy. Swords represents the air element. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. 2 of Swords can talk about indecision, going left and right, and what do we do? And if we go left, are we going to regret it later? If we go right, are we going to feel like we missed out on left? 2 of Swords can be can result in some stagnancy. So actually, these two cards kind of work against each other. I feel as though you are looking at this open door, excited to walk through, but you're taking one last look behind you. And it's causing you a little bit of delay. It's a little bit of delay. Let me get one more. What's the delay? Why the delay? Beautiful. Number 10, the major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. This is good luck, good fortune. It relates to the planet Jupiter, the planet of expansion. It's also a planet of protection. I always like to point that out to people. It's like whenever Jupiter even begins to show up in anything, we have to thank Jupiter. Without Jupiter, the Earth would not exist because it would, or as it is now, because we would have been pummeled by everything that's caught in the asteroid belt. The reason that it's caught is because Jupiter is there to catch it with its gravitational pull. It's significant, right? It's like, it just further confirms how the odds of us existing at R are so astronomically huge. Everything just had to work out just so that we could exist in this life. With the Wheel of Fortune, I asked what the delay was. Do you feel like you could be giving up an opportunity at fortune, right? This is in your past energy, so you've already kind of had reflections on this. But ultimately, you knew that taking a leap of faith was going to lead to something brand new, lead to new kind of fortune. And it doesn't necessarily have to do with your finances, although it could. It can do with your sense of good fortune, whatever that is, your sense of abundance. It's a beautiful energy. The card is in the upright, so that's always a good thing. But there is a little bit of back and forth. And you know what, quite frankly, that pretty much describes every Libra I know, no offense. Libra is in my North Node, and because it's in my North Node, I am surrounded by Libras on all sides. Work, friends, home, everywhere. They're everywhere. And one thing I know about Libra is, one, they want to give things a fair shot. But two, because of that, we're giving everything a fair shot all the time, and sometimes that can lead to a little bit of indecision. Right? In the present energy, this is where things get interesting. I mean, they were interesting before, but Queen of Pentacles, absolutely beautiful. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's earth energy. Pentacles is finances, opportunities, crucial conversations, material world things, material world concerns. And with the Queen of Pentacles, we've planted our seed. We've allowed it to come to fruition, and now we're harvesting it. We're cultivating it. It's ours to do with it what we will. And when we're at the Queen of Pentacles, we're generous, we're loving. She's probably the closest to the Empress in the minor arcana. The Empress is the power of all four queens, the divine feminine. So when we're in Queen of Pentacles energy, we're very giving, very attractive, very giving, very motherly, right? Even, you know, no matter what gender you ascribe to, this is just about energy. Just very, very open, understanding, compassionate, much like the Queen of Cups. But with the Queen of Pentacles, there's also a kind of material world component. So it's not just about emotions, but it's also, how can I help you? You know, what can I offer? Spirit wanted me to pause for a second. Why? Interesting. In every time that I've ever pulled this card, and I could not even begin to tell you how many times I have, I always see this character as pulling that pentacle out of the ground. But for you today, it's almost like you're looking at it and then putting it back where it was. Kind of like I'm also seeing the image of someone fishing. You know how sometimes people go fishing because they need to catch fish to eat, but sometimes when people do it for sport, they'll catch the fish and then they'll release it again. They just wanted to catch the fish and then it goes back into the water. I never really understood that. I'm like, why would you go through all the trouble of catching that fish just to release it? But I don't know anything about fishing, so I'm gonna stay out of that debate. But this is the image that I see. Catching the fish, admiring it, and putting it back. I don't know if this means that there's been... Okay, I know exactly what it means now. There was something that you tried to offer someone else, and somehow there was hurt involved. Like you gave something to someone, you offered something to someone, and they rejected it, or they said, no thank you, I don't want that, that's not appropriate for me. They questioned it, something like that, because it's clarified by the Three of Swords in the reverse. Three of Swords is the heartbreak, heartache, disappointment card. It's one of, if not the toughest card in the tarot, is the Three of Swords. We're gutted, heartbroken, and the card is in the reverse. And this is in your present energy. It's really hard to get over because the card is in reverse. It's really difficult. Maybe this was one of those situations, the Spirit's showing me something from my own life. Maybe somebody said, come with me. Maybe you said, come with me, come with me. And the other person said, I'm sorry, I can't. But you know, thank you, Spirit. You know that it's your destiny, that it's your good fortune, that it's meant for you. You have to do it. Somebody said, come with me. You said, come with me, and they said, I can't. Or something like that. That could just be for one person, so take it as it resonates. But that's the narrative that Spirit is giving me, very precise. So it's almost like here you had this beautiful opportunity, now you have to put it back. Or save it, right? Save it for someone else. Someone who wants it. Can I get a clarifier, please? This breaks my heart a little bit. Ten of Swords. God, Libra. There's so much optimism at the start, right? And I don't want to take that away from you. There's still so much optimism, but now I'm understanding why this card flipped out for you. It's just like, Okay, like now we just got to get away from the chaos, but the chaos is actually like your own thoughts and feelings and emotions. Ten of Swords is just like decimated. We're like on the ground. Backstabbing, betrayal, at least the feeling of it, right? How could you? I'm offering something so precious to me. How could you then sit there and reject it? How could you do that? Jeez. And then just like walk away. Now, Spirit just said, this could be the other person. So maybe the other person offered you something and you said, I'm so sorry, I can't. I have to go find my fortune. And this is the other person. Take it as it resonates. Somebody is hurt. Feelings are hurt. And not just hurt, like devastated. If this doesn't resonate, it's not your reading. But thank you for allowing the message to come through, because it's very clear. Like, I have to channel what I'm being given, and it's like super clear. Because what's in the future potential, I kind of feel like it's you though that's experiencing this, because what's in the future potential? Guess what? In this particular tarot deck, there's some depictions of some of the cards, not all the cards, some of the cards that have two depictions of the same energy. You got them both, plus this one. It's like maybe twice before that's ever happened to get both Three of Swords in the same reading. But this is the Three of Swords in the upright. We can see here it's a different kind of view where we're looking at the story that's been told. The story, the narrative. We're looking at it. We're processing it. And we're healing from it. The Three of Swords in the upright means we can move through this energy to the Four of Swords, which is rest and recovery. So that's good, because it means that this is going to be dealt with, healed, overcome, transmuted. It is clarified by the card that I talked about at the beginning, the Ace of Swords, but it's in reverse. I told you that card reminded me of the Ace of Swords, the epiphany, the grand epiphany, the breakthrough, the truth, the truth. It's in reverse. Aces bring new from spirit. So the tarot suits, the suits run from Ace to 10, Page, Knight, Queen, King. So this is the beginning of your suit, Libra, the beginning of air. So when we're looking at the card in the reverse, it simply says to me that we have yet to take what Spirit has given us with both of our hands and saying, thank you. We haven't quite gotten there yet. So here it is, the door open for you. You can see the prospect and the potential, the prosperity through those doors. You can see it. You can almost taste it. You've got the key. You can see the key, but you haven't used it yet. Perhaps because you're still dealing with this. So it's not easy, because this requires up leveling. And also the references to 9-9. Oh, there's a show called Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is very, very funny. I don't know if you watch that show. My sister and her husband are obsessed with it. It's a very funny show. It's about cops. Some of that might be relevant to somebody. You might be from Brooklyn. When we're up-leveling and we're going through the hermit phase, the quiet contemplation, the dark night of the soul, we realize through the spiritual awakening that not everyone can come with us, right? Imagine Indiana Jones outrunning that boulder, trying to slide underneath the door, and somebody holding him back. If he's held back, then Indiana Jones, the whole saga of Indiana Jones, ceases to exist. Because he's on the other side of he still remains on the same side of the door, and he's crushed by the boulder. I don't remember if that's a sequence of events, but you know what I mean. It's a different outcome for Indiana Jones. Sometimes we have to make bold moves that scare us and know that we're following our destiny, not with the intention of hurting others, right? So there's some tough choices that you need to make right now. This is just a snapshot. We can make a different choice. You know, you watch this, and then this evening, you can make a choice that changes your life, and all the cards I pull tomorrow are going to be completely different. It's just the message that you need to hear right now so that you can get your bearings and decide what's best for you. Now, I've been in situations where someone so special to me asked, like my twin flame, asked me to move away with him. And I would have done anything for that man, but I could not do that one thing. Because he wanted to take me somewhere that was just not really great. And, you know, because he was for his work. That was the beginning of the end of my relationship with him. That decision. If I had made that decision and gone with him, my life would be so different. And part of me thinks that maybe I should have, but then the larger part of me knows that no way in hell. No. So I understand. I understand how difficult this process can be. I'm going to get 2 cards of advice from Spirit. Advice from Spirit. Okay, very clear message. 4 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. The 4 of Cups talks about being somewhat complacent, somewhat apathetic. What we can't see with the 4 of Cups is this Ace of Cups that's coming towards us, even though it might be right in front of our face. It's hard for us to see because we're just feeling a little ho-hum. I've got 3 cups, maybe that's good enough. And here comes Spirit saying, but I have another. Cup of love, cup of friendship, cup of understanding. Right now, it's hard for you to see the prospect of something beautiful and something new coming in because there's a lot of hurt feelings. But with the 6 of Pentacles, Spirit is really coming in. Look, it's like these gestures trying to give something to you. This is equal give and take. It's like, fear not, Libra. You will be provided for. Spirit has your back. It's just about what decision are you going to make right now. I don't know what the right answer is. All I know is that when I look at these 2 cards, they make sense to me. It makes sense that you would walk through that open door. Spirit confirms, but it's up to you. That's your reading, Libra. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Libra.